Welcome to your Profitable Law Firm podcast. I'm Kelly Brubaker, your dedicated host, passionate about empowering law firm owners. Let's dive into the hidden strategies that lead to overflowing profits, scaled growth, and thriving lives. This is where overwhelm transforms into confidence, enabling you to create and enjoy your dream firm and your dream life.
Here's a topic that could revolutionize your law practice: the power of a fresh start. Whether you're a seasoned attorney with decades of experience or a newly minted lawyer, this episode is for you. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking: a fresh start, but I've been running my law firm for years, or I just opened my practice. Isn't that fresh enough? Well, let me tell you something fascinating about the human mind and motivation that applies to all of us, regardless of where we are in our careers. So, researchers at the Wharton School of Business have studied something they call the fresh start effect. This phenomenon occurs at certain points in our lives, like New Year's Day, our birthdays, or even the start of a new week, where we feel a surge of motivation to make positive changes. These moments are what researchers call temporal landmarks. They're like a mental reset button that gives us a sense of a new beginning. And here's the kicker: these temporal landmarks can boost our motivation and help us pursue our goals more effectively. So think about this. How many times have you said, I'll start my new marketing strategy on Monday, or next month, I'm going to implement a new case management system? That's the fresh start effect in action. But here's the thing: we don't have to wait for January 1st or our next birthday to harness this power. We can create our own fresh start right here, right now. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to share with you 3 powerful steps that can help you create significant changes in your law practice. These steps are grounded in solid psychological research and have been proven effective not just in my own experience, but also in the experience of others. Before we jump into these steps, I want to share the story of my transformation. I've been running my accounting practice since 2005. I jumped in with no safety net, and I've learned a lot of hard lessons along the way. My journey in business ownership hasn't been easy. In year 8 of my business, I faced betrayal from a highly trusted team member, which shook the foundation of my business. Then, after a long, exhausting struggle to save my marriage for the sake of my 2 young kids, I ended up going through a divorce that got finalized just a few months before the pandemic hit. The divorce devastated me emotionally, physically, and mentally, and all of that took a significant toll on my business. But here's where my story takes an inspiring turn. Using the 3 simple steps we're about to discuss, steps I learned from motivational speaker Mel Robbins, I have managed to turn my life around for the better. My story is a testament to the fact that no matter how dire your circumstances may seem, a fresh start is always possible. Now, what are these 3 powerful steps that can help create significant changes in your law practice, just as they helped me transform my accounting practice and personal life? Step 1, make a wish. The first step is to just make a wish. I want you to close your eyes right now, just for a second, and ask yourself this question: what do I want my law firm to look like 1 year from now? Maybe you want to double your revenue. Perhaps you want to focus on a new practice area. Or maybe you want to have more time for yourself and your family while still running a successful firm. Whatever it is, allow yourself to dream big. This isn't just feel good advice. It's actually backed by research on goal setting and motivation. Studies have shown that simply envisioning a positive future can increase our motivation and help us take action towards our goals. When I did this exercise a few years ago, I realized I wanted a firm that ran smoothly without me being involved in every single decision. I wanted more time for high value work and strategic planning. And you know what? Once I made that wish, everything has started to change in that direction. Okay, step 2, take action aligned with your wish. So the second step is to start taking actions that align with your wish, no matter how you feel. This is crucial. Do not wait until you feel motivated or inspired. Start acting like the lawyer and the firm owner you want to become. This step is grounded in a psychological approach called behavioral activation therapy. The basic idea is this: instead of waiting to feel better before you take action first, and then the positive feelings follow. If you wish for a more efficient firm, start by implementing one new process this week. If you wished for a more efficient firm, start by implementing one new process this week. If you wish for more high valued clients, reach out to one potential referral source today. These small actions, repeated consistently, will pave the path to your dream firm. When I wish for more high valued clients, I started my podcast and YouTube channel, and I finished a book I had been writing for 18 months. I also hired a VA who I could delegate admin tasks to and free up my time with things that I did not personally need to complete. And it wasn't easy for me, but those small, consistent actions led to big changes. Remember, it's not about making massive changes overnight. It's about taking small, consistent steps in the right direction. Research shows that these small wins can boost our mood and motivation, creating a positive feedback loop that propels us forward. So, step 3, find proof that it's possible. The third step is to find proof that what you want is possible. Look for other lawyers and law firms that have achieved what you're aiming for. Use them as evidence that your goals are attainable. This step taps into what psychologists call social proof. We're naturally inclined to look at others to guide our behavior, especially in uncertain situations. By finding examples of lawyers who have achieved what you're aiming for, you're providing your brain with evidence that supports your goals are possible. When I see a solo practitioner who's built a 7-figure firm while working reasonable hours, I don't get jealous. Instead, I tell myself, if they can do it, I can do it too. Their success doesn't diminish my opportunities. It proves that those opportunities exist. Remember, you're not in competition with other lawyers or law firms. There's enough business to go around. Use others' achievements as inspiration and motivation for your own journey. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the science behind these 3 steps. Researchers have found that our brains are wired to resist change. It's a survival mechanism in our ancestors' time. Change often meant danger. But in today's world, this resistance to change can hold us back from achieving our goals. The good news is that we can override this resistance by creating a clear vision of what we want, which is step 1, taking consistent action in step 2, and finding evidence that our goals are achievable, step 3. We're giving our brains the tools it needs to embrace change rather than resist it. Moreover, studies in neuroscience have shown that our brains are incredibly plastic. They can form new neural pathways throughout our lives. This means that no matter how long you've been practicing law or running your firm in a certain way, you can always learn new skills, adopt new habits, and create new patterns of thinking and behavior. Now, I know making changes in your law firm can feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, but I have cases to handle, clients to meet with, and bills to pay. And I get it. I've been there. Now, I know making changes in your law firm can feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, but I have cases to handle, clients to meet, bills to pay. And I get it. I've been there with my accounting practice. But here's the truth. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. One of the biggest obstacles to change is what psychologists call the status quo bias. We tend to prefer things to stay the same, even if the current situation isn't ideal. It's why so many professionals stick with outdated systems or continue working in areas they don't enjoy. But remember this, the discomfort of change is temporary, but the regret of not taking action can last a lifetime. Every successful professional I know, me included, has had to push through this discomfort to create the practice they truly want. Today is your chance for a fresh start. It doesn't matter if you've been practicing for 30 years or 30 days. You have the power to reshape your firm and create the practice you've always dreamed of. So here's what I want you to do. Step 1, after this episode, create a voice memo from your future self. Think back to the future here. Imagine it's 1 year from now and you've achieved your wish. Describe your transformed law firm in detail. What does your day look like? How do you feel? What kind of clients are you now working with? Really paint a vivid picture. This exercise isn't just fun, it's a powerful way to cement your goals in your mind and increase your motivation. Step 2, take one small action today that aligns with your wish. It could be as simple as blocking out an hour for strategic planning or reaching out to a potential mentor. Remember, it's not about the size of the action, but the consistency. Small actions repeated over time lead to big changes. The third step, find one example of a lawyer or law firm that has achieved something similar to what you're aiming for. It could be someone in your network or someone you've read about. Study what they've done and let their success inspire you. Remember, their success is proof that your goals are achievable. And the last step, finally, I want you to create your own temporal landmark. Pick a date. It could be next Monday, the first of next month, or even today, and declare it as the official start of your law firm's transformation. Mark it on your calendar and treat it with the same importance you'd give a court date or a major client meeting. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent small actions, you can create massive transformation over time. Your dream law firm is possible, and it starts with the actions you take today. I'd love to hear about your fresh start journey. Send me an email or leave a comment below sharing your wish for your law firm. Let's inspire each other to create the firms we truly want and firms that we all deserve. Are you curious about working with my firm, Profit Scale Thrive? Running a successful law firm requires more than just legal expertise. It demands financial acumen, strategic planning, and the ability to make informed decisions. My accounting firm, Profit Scale Thrive, supports law firms in several ways designed to elevate your law firm's financial performance and set you on the path to sustainable growth. If you're curious to learn more, check out our website at profitscalethrive.com. If you have any questions about today's episode, please let me know by commenting below. If you know someone who might need to hear this information, please share this episode with them. Be sure to follow and subscribe to get notifications for future episodes. Did you enjoy this episode? Please consider leaving a review. And before I go, remember, profit is something you intentionally plan for in the beginning. It's not a potential bonus at the end of the year. Thanks and have a great day.